are you? Now we're going to present to you our presentation about smart cities and their functions. I'm Stanimir.
And I'm Todor, and we'll be talking about smart cities. So, have you ever seen in the science fiction movies a whole city using all kinds of advanced technologies, skies filling up with flying cars, robots walking the dogs of their owners, and helipods on the roofs of stunningly high buildings?
What if I tell you that these houses tomorrow are already here? They are no longer science fiction, but they are part of our reality.
So nowadays we have cities like Singapore, Barcelona, also Masdar, the city of Masdar in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, they are like the perfect example of what's called smart cities in nowadays world.
Okay. For example, let's imagine a problem that a motorway has two lanes and there is a congestion problems, So what may be the solution for this? To add another lane?
No, but it turns out like the whole thing doesn't work that way. If we have more cars, the more congestion will be created, and that's like the 20th century thinking and way of solving problems. But the 21st century way of solving problem is to think about cars differently. Like, do we still need to own cars? Will the cars drive themselves? And that's like thinking differently and thinking 21st century.
As you all know, the human population is increasing really fast, and by 2050 there will be more than 8 billion people in the world, and 70% of them will be living in the cities, which are covering only less than 2% of the Earth's surface. So never have cities been so challenged, and the trend continues to grow.
So as I said, in order to solve these problems, we have to think differently, we have to think out of the box, and we need to think 21st century, and we need the smart cities more than ever. But actually we haven't gave a definition of what is smart cities. And during our research we found out that actually the human body and the smart cities have a great deal in common, and they function in a very similar way.
Yeah, for example, we have the buildings and all the places where the action takes place, the activities, and they function just like our muscles.
And we have the greeneries and the parks, just like our ones. They help us by cleaning the air we breathe.
Yeah, and we have all the roads, just like our veins, that transport the goods and move all the people around the city.
And as you know, our body has 5 senses, which tell the brain what's happening around us in the environment, and how our body should adapt. And the same goes for the smart city. If we add a sensor layer onto the city, it collects data, and the insights from that data will help the city to continue to learn and adapt.
And from all this data, we can invent some smart devices that are used for the day-to-day living. For example, I'll give you the street light system. If there isn't no people, the lights off. But if a person crosses, it brightens up. And it is really common in cities like Mazda and Barcelona.
And again in Barcelona, there is another kind of sensors used on the rubbish containers. And under those containers there's a vacuum network through pipes which sucks up the trash under the ground.
And in some cities, instead of just turning around looking for a parking spot, there is an app that gives you the location of a free parking place, and you just go there. And research shows that this innovation will save billions of dollars to the cities just by installing them.
The advantages the smart cities have are beyond count, no doubt about that. They save money, even in some occasions they save lives, the regular things. But we need to be realistic and look at the things from both sides, because a smart city isn't perfect. It has its own flaws.
Like, for example, collecting so much data comes at a high price, both financially and for the citizens' privacy. Nobody wants to take a picture of him without his doing it, you know why? Yeah. And what is more, these sensors cost a fortune to the cities. Imagine how much of them should be needed for a big town city as New York City.
And yeah, and even for stars, it would be like a huge financial problem. But having this data would, having so much data would not magically solve all the problems of the city, because we need to like people and responsible leaders who kind of use that information and shape it in the best way, so that to make the city working for its citizens and have them.
Yeah, on the top of that, these cities cost really, as I said, a fortune. And it's not right for the common people, but just for the richest one, because the taxes are really high and the lifestyle is not for everyone.
Yeah, to be honest, so before researching the topic of smart cities, we were a bit skeptical about the future of our kind as humans, and we imagine like the future cities more like, you know, dystopia than utopia. Some like the movies of Terminator and Blade Runner, with polluted air, rubbish and chaos all around the streets.
But now the future seems brighter to me, knowing that cities like Barcelona, Masdar, Singapore actually exist, and they are laying foundation of a better advanced future.
And we have come to the conclusion that now, today in 21st century, we found ourselves at like decisive moment and a turning point about our future, and there are like only two possible outcomes, you know, the utopia and dystopia, and it's up to us how our story